Well, Karen finally revealed who she thinks the father of the child of her baby is. Now, listen, for all of us who are watching, we know very well that that is not Zac's baby. You know, that baby's gonna come out of the womb with a light skin, a bald head, and a thick beard, okay? Because that baby is Aaron's baby, and we all know it. Yes, sir, it is your boy KB, the boss with ShifterMagazine.com. Here's another episode of Shifter TV Top, where we break down the latest in some of our favorite TV shows. It's actually the first episode of 2023, so I do want to wish you guys a very happy new year. All the best, all the success and happiness to all the people watching here today. Now, today we're diving in to season 5, episode 12 of Tyler Perry's Sistas on BET. It went down last night. Now, before we dive in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more of this TV content from Shifter. And so let's dive right in. So we're talking about last night's episode of Sistas. So we do have about 4 downs and 3 ups. I did reach on a few of them, if I'm admitting. I did reach a little bit. But let's dive right in. So the very first down from last night's episode was, well, Karen finally revealed who she thinks the father of the child of her baby is. She revealed that according to, her menstrual cycle and all that stuff and conception dates, that she believes that Zac is the father of the baby. Now, listen, for all of us who are watching, we know very well that that is not Zac's baby. Okay, we know that that is not Zac's baby, people. You know, that baby's gonna come out of the womb with a light skin, a bald head, and a thick beard, okay? Because that baby is Aaron's baby, and we all know it. But she came across a little bit delusional. And looking through some of the tweets yesterday, from viewers and from fans, I think more and more people are thinking, yo, this girl's a little bit, I won't say crazy, but she's a little bit delusional and really wanting this to be Zac's baby, but we all know it's not. And looking at even the girls, looking at Danny and Andy, their response to the news, they seem a little bit iffy. They don't seem like they're convinced that Zac is the father of that child. So we're gonna see, but yo, I'm giving that a down because Karen's delusional and she's lying to herself. Now the next down has to do with Fatima and Hayden. If you watched the episode last night, she's back to her scheming ways. You know, she's Madam's cousin. You know, so I mean, she's doing some things behind the scenes, trying to orchestrate some things and kind of get Hayden set up. You know, she hired a woman to pretend to be into Hayden, to kind of fleece him for everything he has. And so, yeah, I don't like it, man. I feel like Fatima needs to chill, man. Fatima needs to chill. Just enjoy your relationship with Zac. Be happy, man. Like, yes, he does deserve it. Yes, he's an ass. You know, he's a jerk. But yo, just sit down and enjoy your relationship, man, with Zac. And stop scheming, man. She's going to get herself in trouble. She's going to get Zac in trouble. She's going to get a whole bunch of people in trouble. So I'm like, yo, let's give that a down. So my next down had to do with Andy and Robin, and just her lying to him because, you know, he's going through right now the hostile takeover from Gary and Hayden and the investors. And so, yeah, he's in a down place. And, you know, she's lying to him, pretending that she didn't know anything about Gary's scheme to take over his law firm, lying to Robin's face. Yo, Andy's a serial liar, man. This girl can't tell the truth for nothing. And so for me, I'm giving that a down because, yo, I thought you would have learned by now from everything that's happened in the past. Tell the truth. So Andy, boom, you get yourself a down for that. And the last down from yesterday's episode, man. Yo, Pam. What happened to Pam? Yo, Pam was on a run, man. She was on my ups for like, I think 2-3 weeks. She was amazing. She was a great friend to Karen when she was going through the whole thing with the Zac and thing when she was in the hospital and everything. Like, Pam was amazing. Pam was a great friend, and now she's gone back to being foolish. Like, if you saw the scene, Sabrina came to the salon. She wanted a new hairstyle because, she went to jail, and in the jail, they cut off her weave, made her go natural, and she felt violated, wanted to go back to the hairstyle she had before she went to jail. So she would feel less violated by the police. And then Pam, stupid Pam, Like she comes and starts pushing. I love your natural hair. Like, why do you need that? Da, 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 da. And she really starts probing and getting into Sabrina's business at a point where Sabrina did not need it. Sabrina was about to snap, people. Sabrina was about to have an emotional breakdown. She didn't need to hear from Pam. She didn't need her to be talking, to be saying anything for that matter. And even when Karen tried to tell her to leave, Pam still just doubled down and started pressing in, talking to Sabrina. Like, yo, Pam was on a run. She got a few weeks of ups, and right now she went back to being her old self. Pam gets a down for that. So let's get into my ups for yesterday's episode. Now, the first up, the episode started with Calvin continuing to beat down Q. To continue to beat him down with a golf club. After all those weeks, man, of Q picking on this man, making fun of his blouses, selling off his stuff, having people all up in Maurice's house. Calvin manned up, continued to beat him down with golf clubs. Now, in the long run, I don't think that's going to be the best decision because he might end up doing some jail time because of the fact that he beat him down with golf clubs. He might get charged with assault or something, or Q's going to come back and retaliate somehow. But for the sake of this episode, it was an up to see Calvin stand up, not just for himself, but to see him continue to stand up for Sabrina. This man's been the brunt of people's jokes for so long on this show. It's good to see him stand up for himself. So, boom, we give Calvin an up. Big time up. Actually, another up, people. I can't believe I forgot to put this on my list. It was actually probably my favorite scene in the whole show. The scene between Calvin and Sabrina on the couch. Just watching them two talk. Like, we haven't seen them, have any kind of even an inkling towards romance at all for a while. But just, watching those two on the couch together, you can see in Calvin's eyes how much he cares for this woman, how much he loves this woman. I think it's hinting at a romance that's going to be kind of brewing between the two of them. But I loved that scene. It was heartfelt. Gave me that feeling, gave me that warm, fuzzy feeling watching those two on the couch. I look forward to seeing what happens between Calvin and Sabrina. So I'm giving that whole interaction on the couch, him gazing into her eyes, I'm giving that an up. My next up, I was debating whether to have this on this week. I was debating whether to give what's his name, Aaron, a compliment this episode. I was back and forth on it because after Karen told Aaron the news that he was in fact not the father, feeling like Maury Povich right now. But after being told that he is not the father and that Zac is the father, he decided to stand by Karen, to kind of walk with her through it. I thought she would end up throwing him out and be like, okay, good riddance, you're not the father. Like, you need to dip. Like, it was nice knowing you. They decided after that to enjoy a nice lunch together. So just seeing him standing by her, in weeks past, I would have been like, yo, this man's a simp. He's getting it down. But he's growing on me. Aaron's growing. He's been growing on me. He's been getting ups, the past like 2-3 weeks. And so, I'm giving him another up. He's unfazed by the news that he's not the father, and proving that he's a solid guy. So let's give the man an up. And the last up for yesterday's episode, it was a very quick little interaction, but the interaction between Zac and Hayden, when Hayden comes into the office to serve Zac his legal papers. I guess it's a subpoena. I guess that's what you call it. He's serving him his papers. They have a little interaction there in the office where Zac kind of makes fun of his breath. He's like, starts kind of to gag a little bit and cover his nose. I just liked it. I liked that it was a little bit of a moment, like literally like maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds of comic relief. But I actually really liked that the back and forth between them two. Zac and Hayden. Sharing scenes together is always good. The acting is good. The comedy is good. I love seeing them take jabs at each other. And so that scene where he's kind of making fun of his breath and like, kind of joking to Fatima, like, yo, does he always smell like this? Kind of not even taking the whole thing seriously with him being served papers. I liked it. Why not give it an up? So there were a few other storylines. There was Q at the airport. If you saw, he ran into Danny at work, as he usually does at her little kiosk thingy, and basically lied about why he was hobbling, told her that, he ran into Jonah, who had physically assaulted her in the past, and told her that he stood up for her and got into a fight with him, that Jonah tried to attack him with a baseball bat, but he fought him off, trying to get in Danny's good books. We don't know exactly what he's trying with her, but he's trying something, but he lied. So we'll see what's going there, because he's trying to get into her good books. I don't know if maybe they'll end up being an item, or he might try to, he might try to a whole assault thing with her. I don't know. But right now he's up to something, so we'll see what that's about. And the episode ended with Maurice still being interrogated by the prosecutor, trying to get him to turn on Sabrina. Told him that Sabrina's already free, and that she got free by ratting him out. And so he seems a little bit shaken about it. So we'll see where that goes. But that's how the episode ended. And that was it for yesterday's episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas. Once again, it was a pretty solid episode. Make sure to head over to our website. We do have a written recap over at shiftermagazine.com if you want to check that out. Once again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share to share more of this goodness that is Shifter's television content. And that's it. It's your boy KB the Boss from shiftermagazine.com. I'm out. Peace.